keep pushing the floor. Spread out your seat bones with the knees bent. Pushing the floor, increase the distance from your hands to your seat bones, trying to make a straight line. Hands, elbows, shoulders, spine, and coccyx. You spread out the seat bones. You can keep your knees bent to be able to get a greater extension at first, unless you already have all of that hamstring flexibility. Just keep, and now you can walk the dog. Take one foot out, down at a time. So Tristana, put your foot here. Very good. So walk the dog, warm up the back, and if you have a lot of back flexibility, you can kind of sway your hips, bringing one hip bone down and then the other one down, and you'll be able to feel more in the back of your legs. If you have your hamstrings a little tight, you will not need that. So Tenji, put your foot here so you'll be better for your proportions. Very good. Now from here, you're going to inhale and lift onto your tippy toes. And again, pushing the floor, and see if you can spread out your seat bones. Make a straight line here. Of course, being careful with, not overextending. Extend the knees and place both feet flat on the ground. And now you want to make a sensation. Energetically, you want to make your lower back look like as if you're doing the cobra shape. Like you're trying to make a back bend. Very slowly and with control, we're gonna take the right foot and lift it off the ground. Doesn't need to be very high, but try to keep your hip bones level. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale and bring both feet down. Very good. Now we're gonna switch into the other leg. Slowly, just bring it up. Again, it doesn't need to be very high. Inhale here. Exhale, bringing the foot down. And from here, we're gonna go to Chaturanga Dandasana, plank posture. So lowering the hips to a straight line. If your wrists are already killing you, then just go down on your knees and make movement to your wrists. Now, for going down from Chaturanga, you have a couple of options. I will use the one with the knee on the ground because it works better with my shoulder strength. And you go down slowly. You can do flat as well. And from here, just rest. You can make some movements with your wrists. Just give yourself some massage. And you can take the pillow with your hands, rest on that pillow, and soften up. Just let go. It's like a lot of people's favorite position for sleeping too, right? So it feels sweet. Heighten that consciousness of being able to notice the tension on the inside and drop it. Let go. Very good. Taking the hands under the shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Leave your hands light on the ground. So just like squeezing the shoulder blades together, we're already engaging. Walk your feet away from the hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale down. Keeping your elbows very close to the sides of your body. Slice away the triceps. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. one you're going to hold. You have a choice of walking your hands further to the front so it's not so hard on your back. Okay, so choose how high you want to go, and based off on that, you can even go sphinx with your elbows on the ground. So let's go. With an inhale, come up. Now, if you're swallowing your neck, then try to do the opposite. Rotate the shoulders around and back, squeezing the shoulder blades. You may keep your elbows a little bit bent. That's enough of a back bend. Or, carefully, walk your hands further to the front so you're not like this. You're like that. Very good. Now we're going to turn and look to the right side. Turn and look to the left. If you can have some sway movement here, go with it. So walk to the right and bring the left shoulder to the front. Right shoulder back. And now do the same thing. Trying to look at the person behind you. And then inhale right. Exhale left. One right. And left. Back to center. With an exhale, go slowly down. Breathe through your lower back. Hands over the shoulders, inhale, come up. And do baby cat-cows. Just listen to your lower body. Make it smooth. As the tension in the lower back subsides, then you can make a full cat. From here, we're going to go to hot mountain posture. Starting from tabletop, walk both hands about 1 foot away, and you're going to push the floor, increasing the distance from your chest to the hands. And with that action of pushing away from your hands, try to bring your chest bone to touch the ground. So this will be an upper body extension and shoulder extension. And once you have the full extension and you can no longer go down on the ground, then you can do spread out the seat bones or a cobra shape to your sacral bone. If you have shoulder issues, be careful with bringing the chest down. Don't go down so much. If you're not feeling anything, I can help you. Oh, some of us were really ready to come out, right? Let's inhale and come gently, come back to tabletop. And we can sit back. Alright, take both hands up. It's very good for improving posture. To slouch a lot. So we're pressing it back and lifting the rib cage and lifting the sternum up. Squeeze the shoulder blades. If you're a bird and you're just going to fly. Look up. Exhale, taking the right hand above the left. Walking the hands and to hold on to the shoulder blades and then curve forward. From here, we're going to roll the head to the right side, lower the right, kind of like a U shape with the shoulders. And then exhale down and switch to the left. Once again, exhale down, come up, going a side bend with it, exhale down. And left. Very good. Back to center. Inhale, open again. Exhale, switching, crossing. Switch to crossing. Walk the shoulder blades. Chin down. Roll over to the left. And keep doing it 2 rounds in your own time. Very good. When you're coming back to center, inhale, come up. One more time. Exhale down. Rotate the shoulders. We like that, right? Okay. Now take a moment. Left hand above the right. Today we have live music. We usually put the little birds singing as the song. Now we have birds singing live for us. We're taking tabletop and going back to down dog. Same action. Long distance from the chest to the floor. Inhale, come up. Good line. First, keep your knees bent. Spread out the seat bones. Then extend the legs and press both heels down. Now with a lot of control, bring the right hand leg up like we did before, 3-legged dog. And you're trying to keep the hips horizontal. So you're not lifting one hip higher than the other. If your calves allow you to, then especially the left foot, if you can make it flat on the ground, that will be the traditional position. If you have it on your tippy toes, then it's a variation. Bringing the left heel on the ground will help you to stretch better the back of the leg. Now what we're gonna do is stack up the hips, bend the knee, and press back. So I'm gonna do it here. If you can see me again, I stack up the hips first. Right hip bone goes above the left. I'm trying to make a straight line with both hip bones. Now I can bend the right foot and press it back. Keep your core firm and controlled. Very good. We're going to extend that leg back to center. And now, slowly and with control, we switch legs. Take the left foot first, straight, hip bones leveled in a horizontal line. Now we're going to get the hip bones on a vertical line. One hip bone on top of the other. Then bend your knee. And very good. So bend your knee if you can. And try to lift this knee high. There we go. Bend your knee. And lift it high. There we go. All right. Let's extend out that leg. And bring it back down. And now slowly we walk the feet towards the hands and stay in ragdoll posture. You can bend your knees slightly here to rest your upper body on your back. The main focus being on the shoulders and the back of the neck. You want to feel like they're decompressing, like gravity is just pulling it down. Some of us like to hug opposite elbows. And feel free to sway from side to side here. Loosen it up, letting go. Now allow the cervical spine to decompress and have that sensation of something is pulling your head down. So you really want to relax the back of the head and get that sensation in. If your crown of the head is not pointing directly to the floor, you're not going to get that sensation. So let your head kind of drop. You need to bend your knee to get a greater sensation, just go right ahead. Okay, now if you're holding opposite elbows, just rest the hands on the floor and gently move the head from side to side, saying no. And then you say yes. No again. One more time, yes. And then when you let go, soften it even further. One more variation is interlacing the fingers, placing the palm of your hands half on your neck, half where you have hair, on the hairline. Bringing the elbows closer together underneath your ears. I want to have that just drop and allow the weight of the hands to give you a deeper sensation. Again, if it's too much, because your neck is too tense, then just play around with it. Always being gentle. Now, since your hands are there, give yourself a massage and find, sometimes you have some inflammation, sometimes you have muscles that are very tight, and sometimes you find a spot that is particularly sensitive. Just give yourself some massage, and it could be on the neck muscles, the muscles of the cranium. Just find where you get the most relief. Very good. And you can drop. And one more time. To come up, bend the knees and very slowly come up. If you are the kind to feel dizzy with this, then go extra slowly. Feel dizzy, bend the knees, hold on to the floor. And so straight up, just breathe. Loosening up a bit, bend, touch the ground, and we're going to do a wide circle. So shoulder blades separate, come all the way around. Exhale, back, big circle. One more. Stay up, sorry. And come up on your toes. Very good. Elbows back, correct the spine. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Tuck the tailbone in. Lift the rib cage a little bit higher. Exhale, release. Keeping the height. Taking the right foot high into balance. So from here, we're going to inhale and we're going to take warrior one. So a long stance onto warrior one. Now we're going to work with the core. Warrior one, you have the back heel on the ground. If you're doing with the heel up, that's crescent. Warrior one, the back heel goes on the ground. For humble warrior one, extend up, make your core firm, and now lean forward using your glutes. So hold the posture in place and using your core area. So you're making this firm, and energetically, you're bringing the hip bones together. And that will hold the weight. Extend the hands out. You're leaning forward, making a straight line from the foot to the hand. Now from here, we have a couple of options. We're going to shift the weight to the front leg. And you have a couple of options here. To do airplane posture with the hands back so it's a little lighter. Or you can make a star shape. Or the full warrior three. So pick where you want your hand to be. You're going to hold it for about 15 seconds. So be mindful of that. Keeping the core engaged. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, both knees together, bent. Chair posture. Inhale, up, tip your toes. Exhale slowly down. Relax. Now switch legs. Take the left knee high. Deep inhale here. Exhale. Coming into warrior one. Again, you're leaning forward and getting all of that strength from your core and from your hips, bringing the hips energetically tight, close together. For warrior one, if you're doing the traditional warrior one, the back heel is on the ground. So for crescent, you can go down high, low. For warrior one, your stance is not going to be so high. Now are we doing the combo now? Yes, we are, right? So from here, you're going to shift the weight to the front leg and come to warrior three, whichever arm variation you'd like to hold. Trying to make a straight line or a plane parallel to the ground, holding all the weight in your core area. Very good. Even if you come up just a little bit, just the toe off the ground for balance. Let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, take a deep inhale. And now 1, we're going to do chair posture, so feet together, bend the knees, hands up. Inhale, come up, squeeze the heels. With an exhale, come down and breathe, holding the height. Very good. Let's everybody look at this wall and take the feet. About 3 feet apart, depends on how long your legs are. But just look at the proportions. From here, we're going to bring the hips energetically together like this. Then, with control and keeping the quads, the glutes firm, we're going to bring the hip bones to the front. If your neck doesn't bother you, clench your abs, clench your glutes, hold on with your hand and bring the head back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, spread out the seat bones and make an L shape. Making the upper body parallel to the ground. Inhale, come up. Exhale, back. Inhale. Exhale. Up comes again. Exhale. Push yourself up. Exhale. Now hold on to the ankles and bring the upper body fully down. And if it feels good, just shake the head from side to side or whatever. Take both hands to the right ankle. And now shift to the left. Keep your kneecaps locked if that's in your, if you can do that, it'll be safer to keep the quadriceps engaged. And if you need to bend the knees, by all means, just bend the knees. Very good, let's go back to center. Now we're gonna do a twist. taking the right hand down on the ground, and the left hand goes up to the ceiling. From here, you may attempt to get the upper hand and hold on to the inner thigh and twist up a little bit more. So stay where you are, and I'll show exactly what it means. There are some people already doing it. If you'd like to try a different variation, it's just holding on to the opposite thigh from here. And then you rotate a little bit more. Inhale and come up. Exhale. And now with an inhale, bring the next hand up. Try to make a straight line, or two straight lines, or four straight lines rather. From crown of the head to the coccyx, a straight line. From hand to hand, another straight line. And the legs. Each leg, another straight line. You can also do the bind. Very good. With an inhale, bringing that hand up. Exhale, hands down. And now we are going to be very careful here. Walking the toes away from each other and adjusting with the heels. Keeping the quadriceps firm. Can I go a little bit more? Okay. So once you feel that you have a good stretch to the inner thighs, and we're stretching big muscles here. So we're gonna be cautious. Make sure your feet are on the mat. And if you have socks on and you're slippery, you have to hold it together, otherwise just come off the posture a little bit more. Very good. Now, some of us are close enough to the ground to rest the elbows down. If you're not there, so you just don't. If you have your elbows on the ground, then please be very careful so you don't slip and hurt yourself. You can sway the coccyx back and forth. Just gentle movements to stretch in different angles. Always in coordination with the breath. Hold it for about 5 more seconds. If you need to come off, please be careful. And this is again, don't go 100%, you may want to go 90%, feel safe. Very good. To come off the posture, it depends. If you're very close to the ground, you don't have to sit down. If you can walk the heels together and adjust. Walk the heels together very slowly. Whenever we are stretching long muscles like this, you want to be extra careful. Lifting a muscle in this position will take a long time for recover, and it's never the same. Very good. From here, and slowly roll the upper body up. Very good. Let's loosen up some of that tension in the shoulders. Taking the hands on top of the knees and making sure that the elbows are always locked. Never bend your elbows, always locked. And you're going to sit down and the elbows are still locked. You don't bend the elbows. So you lift the shoulders, elbows still locked, and you kind of sit in this position. So you see, some of us are like this. If you're like this, extend your elbows. Lock the elbows. Come up, and then my shoulders come up. Elbows locked as fast as you can. Lo más estirado que se puede. Y deje que los hombros traguen el cuello. gonna take the right shoulder to the front and the left back. And turn to the back. And now switch. Switch. One more time, switch. Coming back to center. Hold it there for a little bit more. Inhale and come up. Walk the feet hip width apart. Exhale, coming down to the squat. If squats hurt your knees or hurt your ankles, just sit on the ground. There we go. If that's within your movements, take the left hand and place it on the ground. And now you take the right hand up. Now we're gonna switch. The right hand, move it, if you can put it sideways, as far back as you can. And take the other hand up. Now, of course, you're trying to, as best as you can, go beautiful. Now bring it back down. Gonna do it again. So you're gonna try to bring and open your knee out to the side, and the other hand comes up. Now from here, you can attempt a bind to take the right hand or the upper hand and move it behind your back and hold on with the bottom hand and twist to look up. Very good. We're going to let that go and switch. Take the other hand through the front of the knee if possible. Come up, and then if you'd like to attempt the bind, go right ahead. And if not, just don't worry about it. Very good. Inhale, coming out. Inhale, bring the hand up. Both hands down. And if you're close to the ground, you can just sit back. If you use your hands, just go ahead and use your hands. Good. Very good. We're going to do a triangle shape with the legs. This, if you have a lot of flexibility, you try to make this bones parallel. If your knee is up here, then you pull it in and see if you can do half loaded. If your knee is still tight, then cross your legs. Okay? But just compromise and see where you feel the most extension here. Now, I've had people who were like here and they hurt their knee for life. This was a position that messed them up. So really, if your knee is up, just cross it, okay? And now slowly we're going to walk down the front. both hands to the right side. Switch to the left. Back to center. Now we're going to split legs and open it up. Exhale. And extend down the front. Bring both hands to the right side. And now the left. Back to center. Come up with an inhale. Bring the hands up. Tuck the tailbone in and align the spine. With an exhale, keep the height, the extension. Gently touching the index and the thumb. Palm of the hands up. Take the hands to heart center, arms extended. Exhale the air from the lungs. Inhale, count to 4. Hold. Exhale. Hold out. Inhale up. Exhale. Hold out. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. Inhale up. Exhale. Now take regular breath. And you can lay down on the ground in Shavasana and